Hello, I'm Mentor Sabrina, and today we will be going over how to get started with making a game that will be quizzing the player what the distance is between various points. To get started, first let's delete the Scratch Cat and use a different sprite. To do this, click on the scissor at the top that says delete when you hold your mouse over it, and you click on that, and then you click on the Scratch Cat himself, and he deletes. Next, we want to use a sprite from the sprite library. To do this, click on at the bottom underneath the stage, click on the little tiny sprite icon next to new sprite that says choose sprite from library. This opens up the Scratch library's Scratch's sprite library. There we go. And you can choose anything from in here that you want to use. I'm going to use a butterfly. You choose it by clicking on it and then pressing the OK button. Now that you have the sprite inside of your game, we're going to want it to be a bit smaller because it's a little too big for what we want. So to shrink it, we're going to click on the shrink button at the top, the 4 inward facing arrows. Click on that, and then click on your sprite 10 or so times. Okay, now that we have our sprite, let's rename it. To do this, click on this little eye down at the bottom where it shows your sprite. If you don't see it, make sure you click on the sprite so it appears. Click on the little eye, and here is its name. I'm going to name mine Bo, because why not? And then you hit this little arrow over here to go back, and the name will be saved. The next thing we want to do is set the background. To do this, click on the stage, which is the icon right next to your sprite down at the bottom of the screen. And from here, you go at the top, it says scripts right now. You want to click on backdrops. From here, what we want to do is we want to draw our map. So let's just draw some grass with some streets. So to do this, I'm first going to fill in the background with green for the color of grass. Choose the color you want from the bottom palette, and then on the side here, you'll see that there's a little paint bucket. That's your fill tool. Click on that, and then click on the white background, and voila, it turns green. The next thing we want to do is draw our roads. To do this, we'll use rectangles. Click on the rectangle button, 3 buttons up from the fill tool. Then choose the color you want. So let's go with a gray for the road. And then we want it to be a filled-in rectangle. This is important. We want it to be a filled-in rectangle. So down on the left side, down where the palette is, but all the way on the left, you'll see there's 2 buttons. One that looks like a rectangle that's not filled in, and one that's a rectangle that is filled in. Click on that rectangle so that now when you draw your streets, they will be filled in. To draw the rectangle, click anywhere on your screen and hold the mouse button and then drag your mouse to draw the rectangle, okay? Once you have finished with it, you can let go of the mouse. Now, notice these little squares all around, these little dots here? This allows you to resize your rectangle before it's finally placed. Okay? Once you've done that, click anywhere, and it appears over here as well. Draw a few of those so we have a few roads going on. I'm going to try and make a square like this. Now, the way that you do your roads is completely up to you. The more roads you have, the more points you can put on. You just have to be careful with the points, but we'll get to that after. All right, that's it for drawing the map.